Hey there, this is Vancouver, and right there is a liquor store that I went to a few days ago and got some beers. There is the front entrance. However, you cannot go inside there. Over here, there is a table, a door that is open, and if you want to order something or pick up some beer or wine or whatever, then you cannot go inside. You have to go to that window right there, and when I went, then there was a long line going up this way, people standing 6 feet apart, and then you get to the table there, and the lady there kind of coordinates with a guy that is inside. They ask you what you want. If you aren't exactly sure, then they help you to figure out what kind of beer you want, since you can't, you know, look at the shelves and see what's available. And so you say, I'd like a red ale or whatever, and they will give you the options. I'm going to keep walking up West 4th Avenue here at McDonald Street and show you some more of what is going on in Canada and Vancouver during the current global crisis. And so after you order your beer there, they bring it to you and you can pay. Most places are recommending that you pay by credit card instead of cash. The buses here in Vancouver are all free. And up ahead here is a Mexican restaurant that I went to a few days ago. I'm staying at an Airbnb in this neighborhood. Sazon Mexican cuisine. And as you can see, the same sort of situation. Hello. Okay, great. I'm making a video walking around Vancouver showing what it's like right now. So, and I was just recommending coming here. I had the enchiladas that were delicious. So.
Oh, I'm so glad that you are happy with the food.
Great.
And we have some combos as well. That there are
Some what?
Combos that you can have. Yeah,
yep.
That you can repeat at home whenever you want.
Excellent.
And yeah, I mean, we are here regular hours, deliveries as well.
And you have delivery as well?
Yeah, from DoorDash and Uber Eats.
From DoorDash and Uber Eats?
Yes.
Cool.
Uber Eats.
And as you can see, the dining room is not available. You just order here.
Take out.
And hang out and get your food and then good to go. So I got to come back again sometime.
Thank you.
Okay. Have a nice
Bye-bye.
afternoon. See you. Poppy Hair Boutique. To our valued friends and clients, in light of the often changing situation, we will be closing both Poppy Hair Salon and Prep Hair Salon until further notice. So basically, almost every business around here has a sign along those lines stating that they're closed. The cat and dog shop appears to be open. Massage is definitely closed down. Class cancellations. No yoga. And so there isn't a full lockdown going on here in Vancouver or anywhere else in BC, I don't think. I'm not sure about other parts of Canada. I think I read that there was a lockdown in Montreal, but basically things are, as you can see, somewhat normal. More normal than other parts of the world, and so the distinction between the social distancing guidelines, which are in effect here in Canada, but that is different from a full lockdown situation. So a lot of places in the world, then basically you are ordered to stay inside your home and you cannot go out unless you're going to the grocery store to get food, or you're going to the hospital, or some other sort of emergency situation, and that is it. There aren't such restrictions here in Vancouver and in most of Canada that I'm aware of. And so some of you following my channel will already know my situation, but for those who don't, then I am American Canadian. I was born here in Vancouver back in the 70s. My parents lived here for 2 years. They are from Los Angeles originally, and after living here for 2 years, then they moved back to California, and I was raised there. But I've come back up to Canada over the years. I worked in Jasper National Park in Alberta in the Canadian Rockies. Gorgeous, gorgeous part of Canada. I worked there 5 different times between 2008 and 2014, and that was actually my last regular job and apartment, was up in Jasper in 2014. I hadn't been back to Canada since then. I've been traveling non-stop, making videos for my YouTube channel here, and a month or so ago that I was in Mexico and saw the big changes that were going on with borders closing and flights getting canceled, and I decided that I didn't want to be stuck in Mexico in case things got really bad. So I decided to come back up to Canada and came here to Vancouver. I did the self-isolation for 14 days and have been sort of more free for the past week since that concluded. So here is the Safeway, and let's see what the line is like. When I came here a few days ago, then the line started right about here. And so you can see a couple of people standing there. Oh, there's some more. People standing a ways apart. Starbucks are all closed. And if you're wondering about the weather, it is a beautiful, beautiful sunny day, as you can see. It's a little bit chillier than you might expect. It is about 50 degrees. And so I had this jacket on, but I'm actually starting to get a little warmed up here. So I'm going to take the jacket off. So, looks like that is a Chinese newspaper. I have no idea what it says there, but it looks like it is probably about the situation. Those are face masks. And that is actually a good news story. It's looking like that China is basically back to normal. They have stopped the cases from spreading and increasing, and people are back walking around. I saw a video earlier today of the streets, and people are just, you know, filling up the streets and acting like normal. So China was like a couple of months prior to everywhere else getting hit by the virus, and so maybe it is a indication of kind of where things are going. What's going to happen next is we're in the middle of these lockdowns and quarantines and social distancing and all this, but China 2 months ago was doing the same thing, and now they have recovered. And so let's hope that that is a sign for the future, that within the next month or two, then we could be back to normal, or at least looking better than things are currently. And look at these beautiful trees. Spring is springing. I'm now going to walk down here and look at that water. Go check out Kitsilano Beach. This is the Kitsilano neighborhood. Look at those beautiful mountains with snow on them. King's Head Public House. Takeout menus available. Order here and pick up Uber Eats as well. Same thing. You can see the chairs are stacked up on top of each other, but beer to go and some tasty looking, I guess, Thai food. And as you can see, Starbucks closed.
Yeah, or I'll make like a huge...
But look at this. Really nice scene here of a park and Kitsilano Beach. And you can see people out walking, riding their bikes, walking their dogs. Things look relatively normal. I'm sure that there would be more people out otherwise, but at least we have some freedom to get out and explore and get some exercise. For now, we will see how long this lasts. Who knows? There could be, you know, various waves of this virus, and it kind of recedes and then comes back. Let's hope not. Let's hope that these social distancing measures are doing the trick and we're beating this thing. Enjoy our beach, but stay apart. 2 meters. The comeback is always stronger than the setback. We'll get through this. You can see the playground is all taped up, so kids can't play there. The University of British Columbia is out there, and when my parents lived here back in the 70s, and they lived in the Kitsilano area somewhere, and my dad worked at University of British Columbia at the hospital. That is how my parents ended up coming up here. Is both of my parents worked at the hospital in Los Angeles. They both worked at the hospital while I was a kid throughout my childhood. My mom was a nurse, and my dad was a laboratory technician, and my father's boss in Los Angeles was from Canada and worked at UBC. And my dad's boss moved back to Canada and then invited my dad to come up here and work. I guess they wanted to get out of Los Angeles. And so that is how my parents ended up in Canada. And then I was born here about 6 months after they arrived. When I was a year and a half is when we moved back to California, to Southern California. And that was only for like a year or two. And then we moved north from LA up to Northern California, and that's where I was raised, up in the woods in Mendocino County. There is Stanley Park out there, and downtown Vancouver. At this point, I'm wishing that I'd brought a t-shirt because I'm overheating. But that's a good thing. Spring is coming. Let's see if I can catch that bus. Oh, got the walks done.
So yeah, the bodacious is quite nice, and it's like I think it's like $13.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it's like $11.50 before tax.
Great.
Did you want a bag?
No, I'll put it in my pack here. And so I got a Slackwater Brewing Idleback Amber Ale. This malt forward, easy drinking amber has sweet notes of dark fruit balanced by Cascade hops with hints of fresh pine, an Okanagan icon made to train the wrist for casts into Idleback Lake. So it's like a fisherman's beer. All right, there you go. That is just a little taste of what is happening here in Vancouver, British Columbia during the current global crisis. And hopefully things get better from here. See ya.